These options that we see next have two scrolls. In the market, one is for scrolling to the end of the chart and the other is for scrolling in general. To leave some space on the right edge of the chart, look, I'm going to turn both of these off. This is the default state. For example, I moved this time frame back, say I ended up in June or May of 2020. Here I'm looking at something, doing some analysis, and suddenly I decide to go to the live market. What do? The first scroll option, which shifts me to the end of the market, I select that, and just by selecting this option, I come into the live market, and now I need the live section on the right side to give me some space so that if I want to draw a line, or write a note, or do some analysis, there should be some empty space on the right side of my chart. The second option, the scroll next to it, is there to give us this empty space, and from this point you see up here, we can increase or decrease the space as much as we want. Alright, let's move on to the next option. Indicator list is a shortcut for indicators. We can add indicators and oscillators to the chart in two ways. One way is to go to the View menu, then to the Navigator section. Or, by using the shortcut key control, we open our navigator and in the Indicators section, we click on this plus or the plus sign next to it. And all the trend indicators, oscillators, volume indicators, Bill Williams indicators, experts, and so on. Here, it displays all of them for us at once. What's the other way? Guys, we'll talk about indicators in detail. Don't worry at all if I mention their names now or if some of the terms sound unfamiliar. Don't be. It's really simple. We'll talk about each one individually. Another way is right here, where we go to this option, which is the shortcut to our indicator list. We click on it, and from here we can see the trend indicators, oscillators, volume indicators, custom indicators, and so on. There's yet another way as well, for example, in Ogarden. The indicator is that here, in the insert section, under indicators, we can see the same menu. So look guys, for each of the accesses we have in the market in the MetaTrader section, there are 2 or 3 ways. Choose whichever you prefer. See which one you're more comfortable with. Personally, I'm really comfortable with keyboard shortcuts. For example, if I want to bring up a symbol, I press Ctrl+U. If I want to see a symbol in the market watch, I press Ctrl+M. If I want to see my terminal, I press Ctrl+T. If I want to see my navigator, I press Ctrl. Now try working with these for a while. These 4 shortcut keys will become second nature to you, and when you're working, you can use them very easily with your hands. With your keyboard and shortcuts, you can quickly access your MetaTrader information and see the tools you need. Otherwise, in the View section and in the Insert section, you can access each one. If you want to use any of these or any of the shortcuts up here, you can do it very easily. Just click on them and use these tools. The following feature we will examine is the designated period section, chain, or the specific time frame of the data. The different durations in which we want to view the chart. We've prepared a complete slide about time frames, so we'll get fully familiar with time frames together. What does it mean? What does the M1 time frame mean? What about M5, or how does the weekly look? Daily, H4, H1, and even monthly, all the time frames are fully explained in that slide, and in the time frame section we'll get to know them. But here it's just a shortcut. The next option is template. These are the same templates we just mentioned. Right-click and select the template option, for example. Let me select Farjam here. One way was to make it white. What's another way? It's that you can do it right here, this option. We select the template shortcut here. For example, if we click on Farjam 2 again, the template changes. So this is the second way to bring up the template. Either right-click and select the template we created, or we simply hover over the template shortcut button and easily select our desired template, along with all the personalized default settings of our own template. We can run the template we want on the market. And here, the time frame window ranges from 1 minute up to monthly. We can view them simultaneously and side by side, and by clicking on each one, the chart for that specific time frame will be displayed for us. What does that mean? It means that each candlestick we see represents the duration from its open to its close price. So when we're on the 1 minute time frame, each of these candlesticks has an open to close duration of 1 minute. When we're on the M5 time frame, each candlestick represents 5 minutes, and it continues like this up to the monthly time frame. The next option is, this is the same as our cursor or pointer that we're selecting. The next option is scroll. You can also display this scroll using Control plus F. This means that my cursor turns into a vertical and horizontal line at a point. So wherever I stand, for example, if I stand above this candlestick, from the vertical line, I can tell what day and what time it is. For example, here it's 3:09 at exactly 5 in the morning, and from the horizontal line, I can tell at what price it is. You see, gold's global price at 5 a.m. on the third day of the 9th month of 2020. It was priced at 1,951.38 cents. So wherever I move this scroll, it shows me that at the moment I'm looking at what day, what time, and at what price it is. But guys, pay attention. The time you see here, while the day is the same everywhere, the time you see here is according to the broker's local time. If the broker is in Cyprus, it shows the time in Cyprus. If it's in America, it shows the time in America. If, for example, you chose Ducascopy in Switzerland, the broker is in Switzerland, so it shows the time in Switzerland. If FXCM is in America, it shows the time in America. Or for brokers that provide services to Iran or are based in Cyprus, it displays the time in Cyprus. This broker time is also shown in the MarketWatch control panel when it opens. Up here, it is displaying for us, and this clock is the broker's time being shown here. It is not our own local time. We need to pay attention to this. Now, depending on how much the broker's time differs from our local time, we can figure it out. For example, brokers in Cyprus are an hour and a half behind Iran. If we see that the broker's time in Cyprus is showing 5 o'clock. That means 6:30 after 5 a.m. in Cyprus is 6:30 a.m. for us. 4 p.m. in Cyprus is 5:30 p.m. for us. We need to keep in mind that when we look at this time, we should always compare the broker's time with our own local time. Here, well, the next option is to use a vertical line or a vertical line tool. When we select it, wherever we go on the chart and click the left mouse button once, it will place a vertical line for us. Now, sometimes we might place this line here, and we want to move it forward or backward to reposition it. How should we do this? Very easily, when you double click on this line, some white buttons will appear on it. Basically, it's like we've activated this line. When this line is activated, we hold down the left mouse button on it and we can move it forward or backward to exactly where we want to set it. The next option is to draw a horizontal line. We select our horizontal line, and wherever we want our horizontal line to be, we just click there. This horizontal line appears, and turning it on and moving it works exactly the same as the vertical line. Basically, all the lines we draw here work the same way. Shapes and figures like rectangles, triangles, circles, all of these work the same way. We use them in the same way. Double clicking turns it on, and by holding down the left mouse button, we can move it around. There's a really interesting point in MetaTrader that I want to tell you about, copying these lines. If I need another horizontal line here, there's absolutely no need for me to select a new horizontal line again. All I have to do is hold down the control key, and when my line is selected, hold down the left mouse button on that line, and as easily as you see, it gives me a copy. So each time I want to do this, one of these lines needs to be selected. To select it, just double click the left mouse button while holding down control. A new line, double click control, and you get a new line. The same goes for vertical lines as well. When the white points are lit up, it means it's selected. If I hold down control, I can create more vertical lines from it. Well, there's a shortcut in the market in MetaTrader. Let me show you. Music. Right now I have a lot of lines and markings, and I need to delete all of them because my chart has become cluttered. I want to tidy up my chart a bit. Very easily, we want to do something unusual in the market. Delete all the lines at once. Normally, you would need to double click each line individually. You either have to activate it and press the delete key on your keyboard or double click it. Once it's activated, right click and select delete this line for us, music. Now, how can we delete all of these objects at once? Very easily, without having to activate and delete each line one by one, we just press Ctrl plus B. All the tools we've opened on our chart and are viewing here, we press Ctrl plus A, which means select all. That means we've selected everything on the chart and we just choose the delete option from here. Did you see? That was a simple and really interesting MetaTrader trick that we managed to do. All the lines and shapes you had drawn, we cleared them from the chart. Now let's move on to the indicators section that is provided for us here. The Fibonacci indicator, which has already been discussed in the indicator section, and there's also an option to write or draw text. There are two types of text. We have these in this market. We can label one of the texts we write. What does that mean? It means that when we move the chart back and forth, that label stays attached and moves along with us. Maybe we've written a note for ourselves, for example. After checking the market trend, we write, "Man, this trend is bullish. Don't enter any sell positions under any circumstances. No matter where we are in the market, no matter what time frame we're in, it will show up when we go to sell." But sometimes we have a note that's only related to that specific point in the market. For example, breaking this trend line causes the market trend to reverse. We shouldn't label that anymore because it's only related to that specific part of the trend line. Now, where and how should you use it? Look, guys, I've set it to the English letter A, draft text, so that I can bring up all these notes for writing. In the text section, for example, I write here, and here in the font section, I can choose the font. I can increase or decrease its size, and I can even choose any color I want for it. When I click OK, it appears here. For example, I put it here on this section. Now, when I move my chart back and forth, it stays related to that same section. But if we want it to be visible across the entire page for a specific purpose, and so that it stays fixed no matter where I go or move on the page, I go to the box section or draft text label, meaning it becomes a label and moves along with my chart. I select it, and in the text section, I write move, meaning will it move with me? Now, we can write whatever we like. I'll give an example. I make its color blue, for instance, set the font to how, and adjust its size. I set it to 28 and click OK. Look, guys, now I've written move here, and I've brought this here and placed it above this candle. When I move these charts forward and backward, see, it's stuck here and moves along with the chart, move. It stays on the market. This was from the label section, and this one is from the text point section. Okay, so we've covered these two topics together here under their respective names. The chart with the vertical line is the price, and the chart with the horizontal line is the time, and even by pressing the middle mouse button. With our scroll, we can have the same scroll shortcut here for ourselves so that we can, wherever we stop, we can know the vertical and horizontal lines of that point, what time it is, what moment, and at what price we are. Removing these is done the same way, either by double clicking. It turns on, we press delete on the mouse, or we double click or right click and select delete, or if there are too many of them, you can also press Ctrl plus B, Ctrl plus A, and then hit the delete option. And all of these will be neatly removed at once. Another way is to run the template again. For example, take a look. Here I draw a bunch of lines. Really, it's gotten even messier, which I don't want. I even forgot about the Ctrl plus B, Ctrl plus A thing. Once again, it's enough for me to just go to the option. Template, for example, Farjam 2, which is my dark mode, and select it, and all of these get deleted. It's as if you've reloaded the page with a fresh template. All right, up to this point, we've covered some of the tools at the top of MetaTrader, some of the tools. We're going to add more of these. Let's see where we can bring them in and add them. And down here, as we said, there are some windows that we opened with new chart, and it shows them to us. Let me tell you something interesting. Here you see an icon that looks like an antenna with an X on it. At the bottom of your MetaTrader, that icon shows whether you are logged into your MetaTrader server or not. That means when you are logged in here, the chart will move for you. If you notice that your chart isn't moving, so dande tin Joe. Of course, unless it's Saturday, because on Saturdays the market is completely closed and it opens again around 1:30 a.m. on Monday. What happens then? Do the Forex traders enter the market? Does the Tokyo market start operating? From that moment until 1:30 a.m. on Friday, this chart should be moving for you. Look, one way to check if your chart has stopped updating is to look down here at the window that shows our connection status, which looks like an antenna. It must always be green and red. If we're not connected or it says no connection, both of them will remain red. Another interesting thing we can see on the MetaTrader screen is that when we hover over a candlestick, down here by default, it shows us the time, date, and the letter O. O is an abbreviation. It's the first letter of the word open. So open is shown with an O. It means at what price did the candlestick open? Then there's a C, which stands for the close of that candlestick. the close of that candlestick. At what price was the candlestick? Then there's an L, which means low. What's the lowest point that candlestick reached in that time frame? And then there's an H, which means high. What's the highest point that candlestick reached in that time frame? And all these details, time, date, OHLC, and V, the trading volume that occurred in that candlestick at that moment. All of this is listed for us down here, and we can access it. What was another way we could see this information, guys? We could use the option up here. It was the data window or the shortcut Ctrl+D, and when you hovered over a candlestick, it would show the same details. We list it so that it's easier to see at a glance, and there's no need to clutter our workspace or reduce the size of your chart window. You can hover over any candlestick you like, and you'll see a lot of details. It writes them down here, or if you want a more precise spot. We said there are two ways. Either scroll this section or use the scroll button. We press the middle mouse button, and wherever we stop, it shows us the price at that point within the range as we move up and down or left and right. So that's the basic introduction and initial explanation of the MetaTrader environment and the default tools available in MetaTrader. Now, in the next session, we're going to move on. We'll learn a bit more detail about MetaTrader, get to know more tools, and also cover some additional tools. In addition to that, all these tools have their own properties. That means we can change the thickness of our lines, change their color. We can even change the font size and even the color of our text, for example. And 1001 tweaks, customizations, and personalizations that, according to your own taste, you can apply to MetaTrader, and we'll see all of this together. Welcome to the future.